All right, so you have 4 different functions, and we're going to compare them, see what types of functions they are. So let's talk about our options. First, we have exponential growth and decay, linear and quadratic. All right, so first let's determine what type of function we have for f of x. This is a plus 1, plus 1, plus 1. And then on the for the y, change in y, you got minus 4, minus 2, minus 1. So when I divide across, I know it's not going to be linear. And if I did my second difference, negative 4 to negative 2 is plus 2, and then negative 2 to negative 1 is plus 1. The second difference is not the same, so we know it's not quadratic, so have to kind of assume it's exponential. Well, it makes exponential. Well, if you look, the change in the y, could you say that it's being multiplied or divided by a number? I mean, is there a comment? Is there something going on there? If we look at go from 8 to 4, we can say we're multiplying by a half or dividing by 2. Multiply by a half, multiply by half, and you got the same thing going on the first difference. So if you look at that one's got to be exponential. And is it growth or decay? Well, these numbers are increasing. So as the x increases, what's happening with the y? Well, the y is decreasing. So this is going to be exponential decay. So that's what this one is. Okay, next one. Plus 1, plus 1, plus 1. And then if you look at the change in y, minus 2, go from 3 to 1, you're subtracting 2. Go from 1 to 1, you're adding 0. Go from 1 to 3, you're adding 2. So it's definitely not linear. Not exponential, because you can't multiply a number to go from negative 2 to 0 other than 0, and then that's not going to take you to positive 2. Let's do the second difference. Negative 2 to 0 is plus 2. 0 to 2 is plus 2. Second difference is the same. So that makes the second function quadratic. Okay, the third function. We have 2 to 3. It's all plus 1. It makes it a little easier. Now, go from 4 to 9 over 2. Okay, so it might be easier to convert to a decimal. So 9 over 2 is the same thing as 4.5. 9 divided by 2 is 4.5. So if you go from 4 to 4.5, you're going up by 0.5. Go from 4.5 to 5, you're going up by 0.5. And if you take 11 and divide by 2, you're going to get 5.5. That's up by 0.5. So I know this has got to be linear. And the last one. Again, the x's change the same rate. Plus 1, plus 1, plus 1. So it makes it easier. Let's look here at the y's. A fourth, a half, 1, 2. Looks like we're multiplying by 2. 1/4 of a pi is that. Then half of a pi is that. So it doubled. Then double a half, you get a whole pi. Then double a whole pi, you get 2 whole pies. Okay? So this is exponential. And since the numbers are increasing, it would be exponential growth. So we should be able to match everything up. And if you match everything up, it's going to be exponential decay is going to be the f of x. So exponential decay is going to be this. Exponential growth, that's the k of x. That's down here. The linear is the h of x. So linear is right there. And the quadratic is the g of x. So quadratic, we're going to take it up there. And that's what you should have.